What's good, YouTube? It's Steve York, and I'm back with another video. Yes, Sersky. Today we're talking about the Atlanta Hawks and how, like, what's wrong with them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yesterday, I'm not sure if y'all saw, it was on ESPN at like 6. Hawks played the Mavericks. They lost to the Mavericks. Now, the Mavericks are 31-23, of course, and Hawks 25-28. But still, like, this is a red hot Hawks team winning, like, what, their last 7 out of 8, 6 out of 7 games. I mean, the only team I think that's beaten them recently is the Raptors. But besides that, they've been on a winning streak. And, yeah, Trae Young, 6 for 19. Kevin Huerter, 4 for 13. Bogey, 2 for 10. We're going to talk about all of this. Like, Collins showed up. Collins is the consistent one. 18 boards, the consistent one. Capella 8 and 9. Woo. You know, like, it's getting to the point where I believe you have to make a move. And I'm not talking about that Cam. That Cam Reddish trade was terrible. I don't. The only reason why I think they do that is so they can get a pick to pair it with a bigger trade, and you know what I mean. But this is unacceptable. Let's see. Can we switch to the Mavericks? Luka had 18. Like, Luka wasn't even going off. You let Reggie Bullock drop 22 points. Brunson 22. It's just disappointing, man. Powell 12. Like, I don't get it. Finney Smith had 3 of 12. He was 3 for 12, 3 for 10 from 3. Collins locked that up. But I mean, besides that, like, I don't see how we lose this game. I just don't see why. I was looking at it, we can't make shots, but the Hawks need to make a trade. This is the perfect opportunity for you guys to strike. And it's the Hawks. Like, you're young, yes, but there's no point of having all these pieces if you're just gonna make it to the second round or third round. No, you don't want to be like the Boston Celtics of like 3 years ago. You don't want to do that. That's what I don't want to do. Y'all can see I was looking at Kevin Huerter's contract yesterday. I was like, this is crazy. But let's see. According to Sports Illustrated, I believe they said that they didn't want them to make a trade. Like, yeah. The 4th worst defense in the NBA. Of course, you have Trae Young. You know, that's that will lead you to be a mid. You're not gonna have a top 10 defense with Trae Young. Let's be real. Let's be real. But Hunter is supposed to be an elite defender. Collins plays pretty good defense. Capella, elite rim protection. Like, it's really the backcourt where I'm getting concerned at. Like, Kevin Huerter and then Bogey. It's our shooting guard position. And to be completely honest, I also don't think Hunter is that guy, but he's pretty young. Hunter being, how old is he? Hunter. He has 13. He's 24. I haven't seen it where he's that guy just yet. He's really streaky on offense, and in his defense, I feel like it needs to be more to balance it. It doesn't just yet. But is their second most consistent. John Collins, low-key, John Collins is our most consistent player if you watch Hawks basketball. Like, Trae Young has the higher peaks, but Trae Young has his lows. But, man. Like, yeah, DeAndre Bogey has missed 18 games. Bogey sucks. Bogey sucks. Trade him, please. Oh my God. I don't think we should trade John Collins though for Ben Simmons. I feel like if we could trade anything else for Ben Simmons, yes. It depends, but now his volume's going back up because teams like the Nets need defense. Teams like the Hawks really need defense. But where is this? I can just look at the roster right here. If we could trade, I'm not gonna lie, if we could trade anybody except for Collins and Young. Capella could get going, but we wouldn't have a starting center. But you know what I mean. I'm not mad at anybody but Collins and Young. Don't trade them too. I don't get why you would trade John Collins, our second most consistent offensive piece. If you imagine trading John Collins for Ben Simmons, and then you're stuck with Kevin Huerter and Bogey having to take on more of the offense. Kevin Huerter, yeah, he was great in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Red Velvet. You know what I'm saying? The mean player. Every team has it at this point. But I haven't seen enough that shows me that he's that guy. I haven't seen enough that shows me that he's that guy. I don't trust Kevin Huerter to be our second best offensive player. He can grow into. He's 23. He can grow into it. Don't get me wrong. He definitely can grow into it. But I don't. I don't want to wait to like this team. I don't. We're playing an evil game waiting for the East. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're like, oh, are we young or are we not young? Oh, are we young or are we not young? Like, this team kind of has to strike. And then you have Gallo on a terrible contract. You have Bogey on a terrible contract because they just suck, quite honestly. Bogey's averaging 12 points. He's getting paid like $20 million for 12 points. 36 from 3. That's pretty good. Not $20 million good though. Not quite honestly. I don't see the point. And I think Gallo's getting like 16 million for 10 points. For 10 points, we're paying people 10 million for 10 points. I'm not a fan of that. But yeah. Yeah, and according to Bleacher Report, you know, so it's the article, but according to Bleacher Report, they were also saying that we're interested in Jeremiah Grant. He does the exact same thing as John Collins, but a little bit smaller. I mean, if we play him at small forward, cool, but who would we have at power forward? The only thing that makes sense if we get Jeremiah Grant is to somehow get Ben Simmons as well. That's the only way that makes sense, and that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? That's a optimistic Hawks fan talking. If we get Jeremiah Grant and Ben Simmons. Only way I want, like, because Jeremiah Grant does the same thing as Collins. A little bit worse defense, a little bit better offense. A little bit shorter than Collins. I think Collins might be 6'9" as well. So I think they're the same height, but I look at Collins more as a bigger dude than Jeremiah Grant. But Derek White, like, an older piece for who do we trade for? Oh my God, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I mean, Derek White. I believe he's 27 years of age. Yeah, 27 years old, 6'4". Does that help our defense? Does that really help our defense? No, it doesn't. He's 6'4". What are you gonna have him like as a backup point guard? Because we don't have one. I would understand if you want to have him as. I'm not counting what's his name, by the way. Devin or Dion, right? Dallin. I'm not counting him. I'm not counting him. I don't even know his name. No, you know, like, it's just screaming mediocrity, and I feel like we're not making any trades. Bogey's getting paid $18 million. My fault. Gallo's getting paid $20. Why did we pay Gallinari $20 million? I don't understand what the thought process was there. Jalen Johnson, we haven't even seen play. We drafted him 20th. I would rather see him play than Gallo take a bunch of shots and miss. But what are you gonna do? It's the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Knox, we traded for him. He hasn't played. I'm not sure. I think that's a good thing, but we traded Reddish for him. I feel like we should at least play him. You know. This team is it's bad. It's bad, and I truthfully say trade if you could get rid of the Bogey contract and the Gallo contract. I even say if you have to, because I'm pretty sure Bogey has 2 years left, and I think Gallo might have 2 years left as well. Let me see. I believe Gallo has 2 years left as well. Trade this contract. Trade it. Yeah, he has 2 years left. Please, trade this contract away. And go into free agency. If you want to just count this season as a wash for the 12th seed, we could go on a run in the playoffs, but I mean, like, how this team looks, like, you're expecting Trae Young. I don't think first off, I don't think John Collins can be the second best player on your team on a championship winning team. No disrespect to John Collins. He's actually great. But I just don't see that happening. I think we need a solid 2 guard who can step up. If Kevin Huerter can be that dude consistently down the road, sure. For right now, though, we're playing middle of the road. Like, we can't. I don't want to do that. We did that when LeBron was in the East. Now, granted, it made a little bit more sense. It was LeBron, I don't want to see that out of this Hawks team. This Hawks team is way too good. Trae Young is way too good. Capella is way too good. Collins is way too good. And we're all young for us to just be like, but then we're young when we want to be, then we're young when we're not want to be. Like, we have to make a decision. I think by Tuesday, tomorrow, what is the Atlanta Hawks? Are we a young team who's going to wait it out with the young pieces, or are we going to be a playoff team and let's try to make a run? That's how I see it. But that's it for this video. Please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. You know, if you're new, hit the bell icon so you get post notifications. You know what I mean? Come back with another video. I think the next video is going to be about the Trailblazers because they are wreck as well. But I'll see y'all then.